All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Powwow stream number 28. Uh, with me today is Hey Cam.
Good evening.
And before we get started, I threw a couple of links in the description and in the chat. The one is for Scribelight and Renting Monkey's G.I. Jane review, which popped up in my things you should watch feed.
Oh yeah, I miss them doing those.
And that's it. That's it. This one's at 70,000 now. 70,000 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good. Maybe we should point that out to Scribe and Monkey, see if we can get them to bring it back.
I already did describe. I already tweeted it out to him.
I mean, I do enjoy their commentaries on those movies. That's like, it reminds you to go back and like watch some of these things, because I remember watching G.I. Jane as a kid. They did another one I liked was A Knight's Tale. My senior English teacher hated that movie.
I did not like that movie.
Really? I thought it was fun.
I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
How can you? It has Alan Tudyk in it. How can you not like it?
There are a lot of movies that have Alan Tudyk in it that I don't like.
Oh, speaking of him,
A few. I shouldn't say all, but I mean,
I showed the girlfriend Tucker and Dale versus Evil the other day. She hadn't seen it before.
I actually have not seen that either.
You got to check it out. It's awesome.
It's been on my watch list for a while now, though.
I'm hoping I'm not overselling it, because it is a really good. I thought it was a really good movie.
And hey, Dr. No. Hey, Terry.
It's a horror comedy. Yeah, evening guys. How's it going, Dr. No, Mr. Dax? Wait, it's like early morning for you, isn't it?
Evening.
For Mr. Dax?
You said evening.
I'm assuming he's saying that for our benefit.
No, possible. 2:30 a.m. Oh yeah, it's early morning for him.
Hey, Terry.
That's bar time.
Oh, that's past time when they start playing Semisonic and you get your ass home. So, at least around where I'm from.
Yeah, they. God, I hate that song too.
I think the only appropriate time to use it is to tell drunks to get the fuck out. You know, whether it's a bar or like a house party, you know, that's the only time you play that one.
No, it was really funny because one of the last times, one of the bartenders I really liked at the bar I used to frequent, it was just before I started live streaming, actually. He played that. It was like it was near time to kick everyone out. And he started playing this, and then there was a group of girls who started singing with it, and he's like, I don't think you're getting the message. Get the fuck out of the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, my local watering hole used to have a jukebox where pretty much I was the DJ, because I was like one of the only regulars there. and the bartender would always, you know, I would be there till closing, especially on payday. And so she's like, "Hey, can you do the thing?" "Yeah, sure, gotcha." I mean, boom, you know. All right, everybody out.
To answer your question, Terry, I am living with the person who wants to take me home. So I'm always home when I'm not at work.
No, I thought I thought we could, you know, just kind of chew the fat today, since we didn't have any firm plans on the next torture yet. And I had a couple of things that I thought would be interesting to talk about. The first one I thought of was all the stories I keep seeing about Spotify employees threaten to strike if company refuses to censor Joe Rogan. He literally just started streaming on that platform. Like, he hasn't even done 10 yet. He's still in the single digits. And they're already threatening to walk off the fucking job if they don't start, you know, changing his content.
Now, who has he had when in this time of him starting on Spotify?
I don't remember if the one that they mentioned. I remember by names like Abigail Schreier, which I don't know if that was before or after he started with Spotify. I think that might have. I mean, that was still on YouTube. But she wrote a book about transition, like in a negative light. So they're calling him transphobic for that. Of course, there's Alex Jones conspiracies and whatnot that they keep bringing up because Alex Jones has been kicked off Spotify. Why would we want to let him be on Joe Rogan on Spotify? That kind of bullshit. Yeah, Mr. Dax, I remember seeing that on YouTube. But then there again, these past few have been on YouTube and Spotify. And I think he's going to... Is he going to finish out the year on YouTube? And then next year is supposed to be straight Spotify? And they'll just upload a couple of clips from each one?
There is a podcast called the Joe Rogan Experience. Which is the podcast about the Joe Rogan podcast.
Huh? That sounds a little too meta.
No, they're piggybacking off of the Joe Rogan.
So what, they're just gonna like rip it off of Spotify and put it on YouTube?
Well, no, they do.
Oh, so they're gonna watch them or listen to them?
Yeah,
and they're just gonna do a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's too meta. I'm sorry.
That is weak as fuck.
Now these are some other individuals. This isn't Joe Rogan, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's someone talking about Joe Rogan. I guess I don't know.
On the one hand, I think that is weak tea. On the other hand, I'm a little jealous I didn't think of it first. You ever get like that, Johnny?
Well, to a degree, yeah. I mean, I can see...
on the one hand, it's a scummy thing to do. On the other hand, it's like, it's so simple. Why didn't you think of that first?
Well, it also really depends on who's doing it and how they're doing it, because it's going to be like... There are people who are going to be like me, who just like, fuck that asshole. Like, this...
Exactly, right.
The lowbrow bastard. But then it's like, oh, well, you got all these viewers who are...
The thing I'm going to miss the most about Joe being on YouTube is the comment section of his posts. He's got some of the funniest commenters I've seen on YouTube. Even some of his people watching it. Like, did you ever seen the one one of his fans made? Joe Rogan meets Ro Jogan.
Mm-mm.
They took clips of Joe Rogan from different podcasts and made it look like he was interviewing himself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was. I would pull up the. I'd pull the video and throw it in the chat, but I'm not young Jamie, so and young Jamie's not even that young anymore. He's been around a while. But yeah, I think this is hilarious. And this one's from MMAmania.com. It's funny to me that it's getting so crazy because I've seen it on it was like Business Insider was one of the first ones I saw. It kind of made me actually perk up my eyebrows and take a look. But it's getting to the MMA world is now and MMA not nearly as I guess politically correct as Business Insider either.
I didn't realize that Chris D'Elia was a far right guest.
I don't know about far right, but definitely kind of questionable in today's environment because of allegations.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
let's see. Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Gavin McInnes, Tommy Chong, Joey Diaz.
Wait, they listed Tommy Chong? Oh, that's the one that's not on Spotify. Yeah, because that was the first thing that came out was a bunch of episodes weren't on Spotify.
And then Michaela Peterson.
just about anything related to Jordan Peterson, the intellectual dark web, they're going to be,
Abigail Schreier.
Yep. But I don't know, man. I want to see how that plays out because apparently they've had multiple meetings with management about it, and now it seems like it's just escalating. And I wonder how far is this going to get? Are they actually going to cave and try and censor Joe Rogan? Is that going to let him bounce out of that contract? You know, I got a lot of questions because of this. I mean, what if Spotify actually like stands firm? How refreshing would that be, chat, to see a company say, no, fuck you, do your job, or we'll find someone to replace you?
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, to me, it just seems like if you want to strike, that just makes it easier for me to figure out who to send pink slips to.
Yeah. Oh, you meant on that end. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, plus, that's if I were king for a day and running Spotify, I'd be like, all right, you're fired. You know, is there anybody left in HR? Tell them to put a job posting up. So, I want to see where that lands. I'm curious what chat think where they think that would land based off of what they've seen or just That's very possible. I mean, I would like to know what are the contract details. We're never going to find those out.
Yeah.
I want to know, does Joe have some kind of clause where he can just bounce if they try and pull something like that? I mean, I would imagine he would have to, right? Especially after he's leaving YouTube for the reasons of being constrictive with what he can show and what he can talk about, monetization, this and that. I would imagine. I'm very curious to see where it lands. But also, the only other thing I've really seen today on like Twitter, social media, because that's the extent of my social media is YouTube and Twitter. The clip of Joe Biden going around, talking in front of looks like military people and calling them stupid bastards.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what that's in regards to. I would like to see, is there a longer version of this? It's only like 10, I don't even think it's 15 seconds long. I have to go back and look. I think it might be like 14 seconds.
I'm one of those people, you do need the context, but is there any context in this?
Oh. Speaking of context, there's something else I saw today. It was somebody posted a map of Electoral College, showing like Biden picking up almost 500 electoral votes and Trump only getting like 60. And I thought it was interesting. It's like it shows Oklahoma as going blue, and so I just commented that Oklahoma hasn't gone blue since LBJ, but okay. Sure. So somebody's saying it's a joke based off the Lost comic. I'm not aware of what that is. If anybody in chat's heard of it, could you send that to me?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it, so.
Yeah. But no, I was going back to see how long that clip was, and I just saw that pop up in my notifications. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's 14 seconds long. See, that is not long enough for me to make a judgment call. I think the setting sounds like a poor venue for that kind of language, but I mean it's also military people.
Yeah.
I imagine that they've heard worse, but if this is from 2016, is that still when he's vice president? I mean, you're their boss, dude.
In 2016, that was. Well, yeah, it was pretty much. He was vice president then.
Yeah. So I'm not willing to make any kind of judgment call on that until I see a longer footage from where that is and where that's coming from.
Well, the Daily Beast is calling it a joke,
And
I'm willing to accept that. I just want to see, like, I want more context because that's
a quote unquote utterance. I wouldn't necessarily call it an utterance. Like,
I want to know what the punchline is. This is a callback to something he said earlier because it sounds to me like he's talking about his good judgment. He said, first of all, he married Jill. Okay, that's a nice enough platitude. Your wife's standing right there next to you. She's within distance to punch you in the balls if you said otherwise. So good on you. And then the second thing he says is, and I nominated. It sounds like he said Johnson, and he points back behind him. He says, I nominated Johnson to the Academy. And then he says, well, clap for that, you stupid bastards. Is that supposed to be the joke? Johnson's nomination?
There is a bit more.
Okay, can we play it? You got it?
No, it's transcribed.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. Man, you're a dull bunch. Must be slow here. I don't know.
That's not helping, Joe. That's not helping. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, man. Was there anything before that might make this sound better? Is there more to this transcript? And this wasn't in the States either. This was in like Abu Dhabi, wasn't it?
Yeah, one moment. Yes.
Yeah, these were troops overseas. Like, what the fuck is this speech about? I'm seriously curious now. I was willing to play that off as like people on the right trying to play gotchas with Biden like the left does with Trump. I was willing to write it off as just fucking politics. What is going on here? So, holy shit, this is taking a turn in real time for me.
Let's see.
I like how, like, before I saw that on politics, and something I didn't think to say off the top, Ron Paul was hospitalized suffering an apparent stroke on a live stream today. And they've got a picture of him from the hospital giving the thumbs up. It looks like he's going to be okay, but shit, man.
Yeah, that shit's rough.
Like that I hope I don't stroke out on a live stream. God, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Politics aside, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Joe Rogan. He's had Crowder on a couple times. Are you talking about the infamous marijuana debate one where Joe just seemed like a zealot? Because yeah, I remember that one. That was tough to listen to. As somebody who smokes weed, if you don't smoke, I respect that. Matter of fact, if I'm your guest, I'm not going to smoke, around you. And if you're my guest at my house or whatever, I'm probably, like wait until you leave or, go to a different part of the property, whatever. I respect people's choices in that regard. And it just seemed like Joe didn't in that interview. Oh, come on, man. It's weed. It's good. It's good. No, shut up. I've never understood, that was one of the things that made me question the whole DARE campaign when I was in school, Johnny. Like, they were always talking about, like, peer pressure and just say no. It's like, I never had anyone try and peer pressure me into doing drugs. They'd offer, I'd decline, they'd carry on with their fucking business. More for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever met anyone who got mad because I said no.
Okay, one caveat to that. Alcohol. That's the only time anyone has ever gotten upset that I refused them. And it was like, come on, man, have a drink with me. No, I don't want to drink. Come on, man. Fuck you. I don't want to drink.
Oh, you nothing but a bitch, man.
And you ever like have those kind of people where like you refuse to drink with them one time and another time they see you drinking and they get mad again? Actually, I've had that happen a couple of times.
Actually, leaving my favorite dive, I bumped into this guy who had bought a half-gallon of Nikolai.
Vodka?
Yeah. And
like, what basement level shelf is that? I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it is Mariana's Trench level deep. Hey, Richo. Yeah.
Hey, Richard, what's going on?
And so, yeah, he's like, yeah, we're all gonna go to this restaurant over here. If you guys want to come along, and we're like, no, we're gonna do some other stuff. And
Okay, I got more questions now. What restaurant lets you carry a half-gallon of booze in with you?
well, that not with you. Like he wasn't gonna take it with him. He was just gonna go in and get some food.
Oh. I was gonna say, it's like, man, you guys are wild up in Montana.
we can carry it, but it's not that bad. Like, but no. He's like, hey, you wanna tie one off before you leave? And I go, no, that's fine. He goes, I respect that, and he rips the top off and starts chugging, and then just slams it in my chest. And I go, well, maybe I can have one. Like, I'm not gonna start a fight now.
That's the only time I've ever had anyone get upset that I didn't, take their offering is with booze.
Hey,
And
Eddie.
it doesn't, and even that doesn't happen very fucking often. Like I said, like twice that I can think of off the top of my head. Hey, Eddie.
I had what was I called the drunk trunk, and it was specifically for after hours when people were trying to think of what to do. People had house parties they wanted to crash or whatever. I had it in case we got invited somewhere. Then we have something to share with
Contribute.
the group. Or if someone wanted to take last minute shots in the before we left the bar, I figure why the hell not. And it was usually apple pie moonshine or Jameson.
Can't go wrong with apple pie, man.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff. And yeah, I stopped calling it the drunk trunk after people was kind of just like, so what do you do with this trunk? I'm like, I think I'm gonna change that. I'm not stashing bodies in here if that's where you're going. I'm a good boy. But yeah, it was that was an interesting guy.
I'm trying to see what else there is. I was looking over at Indians.com, and they've brought up the Fort Hood stories. Apparently, it's claimed the death of 2 Navajo citizens. If those of you in chat aren't aware, there have been a lot of strange occurrences at Fort Hood down in Texas. There have been people who have died and whatnot. Hey, Becca. Hey, Costin. And it's even getting to the point where Indians.com is reporting on it. Yes, the smallest marginalized group in the country is being affected. Now they're willing to talk about it.
Of course.
That's all. That's like the. I've seen 2 stories recently about different bases across the country. It's been either Fort Hood or I just blanked on Camp Pendleton. That's the one. The Marines. There was apparently a drug smuggling operation going on there again.
Again.
Yeah, it's like the second or third time I've heard about Marines getting busted smuggling drugs from Mexico at Pendleton. And then there have been, like I said, numerous strange deaths and disappearances off of Fort Hood. With I think it's both soldiers and civilians. So, like what I think is hilarious is like Indians is reporting it. I think I've seen like one CNN story about it, but other than that, it's like radio silence. I mean, I'm hearing it from like I think Jack Murphy was one of them. I follow him on Twitter. I think he's brought up Fort Hood before. Maybe I'm misattributing it to him from somebody else. But I want to know what the hell's going on, man. It seems like there are problems afoot.
I think if we were able to get him on, that would be something we could ask him about, because he's definitely going to know on something about that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he actually went to Columbia for journalism. I think he'd be a good get for a powwow to just, you know, uh, s- satisfy my own curiosity about, the military and stuff. Being a person who never joined. Oh, they were reinvestigating some cases that were previously closed. Okay, I hadn't heard that. Like, uh, the one story I'd seen from CNN was I think they were talking about like maybe 4 or 5 different cases that were open, and I don't remember them saying anything about reinvestigating. But still, that's the thing. Like being somebody who's not connected to the military. Like I had a couple of cousins. One went Army, one went Marine Corps. Um, there was a break between like my dad's generation, my grandpa's generation as to military service. Like my grandfather served in Korea, my dad didn't serve. So like I didn't really have that growing up, that connection to it. So I'm not even sure like how many people are on Fort Hood anyway. That's a pretty big base, isn't it? They've been in the news sporadically throughout the years, like the that Fort Hood shooter and everything. At this point, I'm more questions than answers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, they reopened a sexual harassment suicide. Okay, yeah, young woman, right? Was that a suicide? Damn. See, I gotta go back. This is why you shouldn't smoke. Well, this is why I shouldn't smoke a joint before we go live, Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta stop doing that.
It's definitely one of those short-term memory things that I cannot argue when it comes to weed.
Of course, we always get these stories like this one, for example, that will it will quell what will anger you. I'll get the uncomfortable story out of the way.
Her offender committed suicide. Okay. See, Becca's in the know. We should bring her on here because, like I said, I got questions and it's probably gonna be more than she can type in chat.
You got time, Becca?
Yeah, if you're willing to come on and talk about it. But while we're waiting her answer, what else did you have, Johnny? So we can get away from my military conspiracies and Joe Rogan. Let's get away from that.
Let's see if she wants in first, because mine's gonna take some time. She's at a high school football game, so we cannot. Well, we'll rain check that then.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll check in with you, see if there's any new developments.
All right, and now this one, very angry. Some very angry people. Dreadhead Cowboy's horse may need to be euthanized after trauma from Dan Ryan protests.
I think we can all agree, fuck that guy. I don't care what he was trying to raise awareness of. Fuck him. I retweeted that on Twitter from James Woods, and I said, make him run until his feet bleed, and then make him run some more. So
let's see. Chicago's Dreadhead Cowboy rode his horse to exhaustion and narrowly close to death while protesting gun violence against children on the Dan Ryan Expressway earlier this week. Was that his horse?
From what I understand, that was his horse, and he has a few other ones as well. He didn't have the horse shoed properly for it to be riding on the galloping on the highway like that.
Yeah. The horse will never ride again and may need to be euthanized. Assistant State Attorney Kevin DeBoney said Wednesday, adding one veterinarian compared Hollingsworth's actions to forcing an 80-year-old woman to run a full marathon at barefoot.
I say make him run that exact same route barefoot. Make him run it till his feet bleed, and then make him run it some more.
Authorities found the horse collapsed on the pavement near 95th Street Monday, overheated, dehydrated, and bleeding from the hooves. With eyes so dilated they resembled cartoon eyes, DeBoni said. The horse coerced to run 7 miles without horseshoes, which, even as a guy who is not a horse guy, I know that's fucking stupid.
Yep.
Also had saddles, sores beneath its saddle, which wasn't properly padded. The prosecutor
Holy
said.
shit! I didn't even know about that. I knew about the no horseshoes. I didn't know he didn't have it fucking properly saddled. And this guy calls himself a cowboy? Really?
After differentiating the well-intentioned protest to the horse's alleged poor treatment, Judge David Navarro ordered Hollingsworth, 33, be held on $25,000 bail for animal cruelty. The horse doesn't know it was part of the protest, the judge said. The horse only knows how it's treated. And it appears that treatment was criminal.
And you know this dude's got to GoFundMe, and I'm sure he's probably already raised the amount of money for bail off of that alone.
Hollingsworth's protest began about 4:30 p.m. as he galloped onto the southbound lanes of the 35th Street, holding back traffic as police cars and motorcycles tailed him. He eventually exited at 95th Street. The horse trotted at times, but was galloping for most of the ride, DeBoni said. When the horse slowed down, it was most likely from exhaustion. Hollingsworth allegedly kicked and whipped it. Hollingsworth, known for his civic activism, broadcasted his protest on Facebook Live, saying, "I shut down the Dan Ryan, kids' lives matter." But DeBoni claimed in another video posted June 11th, Hollingsworth said he would ride his horse until it dies. The horse, in critical condition, continues to collapse during treatment and is never expected to stabilize, DeBoni said. Chicago Animal Care and Control officials also said the horse was so battered it would have died if it hadn't been treated immediately.
Congratulations, asshole. You just overshadowed your cause. Hope it was worth it. That's fucking disgusting. What's next?
Do you want to keep going, or do we want to...
Oh, is there more to this? God damn it.
Oh, there is not much more, but there's quite a bit.
All right. Hit me. What we got?
Euthanasia may be utilized for humane reasons due to suffering the animal will likely endure for the rest of its life, DeBoni said. Hollingsworth's lawyer said that his client's protest was planned and that motorcycles were used to protect the horse from cars. Saddle sores are common for horses, and not all riders believe horses need horseshoes on pavement, the defense attorney argued.
Not all people believe the earth is fucking round. What's your point? Just because not all of them believe it doesn't mean they're fucking right.
Hollingsworth met with the police earlier.
I mean, how often do they bitch about, people denying science when it comes to climate change? This is fucking simple shit that anybody should know if they have any knowledge of a horse.
Yeah, he met with police earlier about the Dan Ryan protest, but his request was denied since authorities said it was dangerous and illegal. Mayor Lori Lightfoot's office called Monday's incident a stunt that endangered the horse and others.
Holy shit, I agree with Lori Lightfoot for once. Way to go, jackass.
There's a right way and a wrong way to call attention to issues of great importance, and this stunt decidedly was the very wrong way.
This motherfucker makes Beetlejuice sound fucking rational. We've hit a new low. Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be safe.
Earlier this year, Lightfoot teamed up with Hollingsworth and his horse to promote the U.S. Census in south and west sidewards. In addition to animal cruelty, a felony, Hollingsworth also has been charged with several misdemeanors: reckless conduct, disobeying a police officer, obstructing traffic, and criminal trespass to state property. On Tuesday, Michael Flegger and activist Jamal Green called for authorities to drop charges against Hollingsworth. However,
And they probably will get it done too.
However, Fletcher did say, if the horse was injured anyway, obviously I don't want that. I'm sorry about that. Oh, I'm sure that he... Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't that guy say he would do it again?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Let's skip through that. I think there's some more in there, but...
Fuck him with a rusty spoon.
Let me, give me...
You missed a lot, Dr. No. You missed a lot. Johnny just thoroughly killed my high. That's what just happened here.
Yeah, that's,
I am sober as a fucking judge. Thank you, Johnny. Oh, we got anything else, man? Give me something I can laugh at. That's just fucking ugh.
I didn't have anything on mine except for the extracurricular shit.
Yeah, let's get to that. That's
all right.
I'm about to have a stroke live on a stream if we keep this up.
So
I'm getting palpitations over here.
So we're gonna go with a little "Am I the asshole?"
Chances are yes, but continue.
Let's see. We're gonna what we're gonna do this here is I'm going to read the questioning, and then I will defer to chat for the first part before we answer.
So we're gonna prejudge.
Yes. We're gonna let them. So we're gonna go. I guess we'll go 1 if they are the asshole, and
2 for not the asshole.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What's the first headline read?
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter I didn't marry her dad for love?
Wow. Wait, what say you, chat? And first blush, asshole? No asshole. Because I know where I'm leaning on this one.
I have a 17-year-old daughter who has been kind of difficult lately.
Well, hold up. We've only got 1 vote so far.
She is getting really into social issues and just doesn't stop when I ask her to. We were having a conversation last night about relationships, and I admitted that I didn't love her father when I married him, and I married him entirely for his money, and she got very upset.
Okay.
There's
got to be more to this.
I always assumed she kind of knew. We have a 25-year age difference, got married after less than a year of knowing each other, and she's heard stories from my family about the crazy fights we used to have. She got really mad at me at which I can't figure out because she knows how much I love him right now. She just kept saying it was terrible and I set women back. She called me a prostitute, which my husband overheard and began screaming and tried to ground her for 2 weeks. But I talked him out of that. Right now, she is mad at me, but not mad at him for blowing up on her. My husband says I shouldn't have told her when I knew she was going to go through this phase. So, what do we think?
I'm thinking asshole, but I can see what she's trying to say, and she monumentally fucked up that.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a whore, don't admit it. Like either well, I guess for that purpose, don't admit it to your daughter.
I mean, wow. Like I said, I can kind of see what she was trying to say. Still isn't good, but she definitely didn't stick the landing on that discussion.
Oh, good Lord, no.
I'm gonna say that's an asshole.
That's definitely an asshole. Let's see.
I mean that is just a simple fact about life. Some people are not marrying for love. Not everyone does. You know. I wonder, did the husband know that at the time that she said I do?
Well, it sounds like it.
Well, okay, so that sounds like two consenting adults reaching an understanding. You know, they still both chose to share to spend their lives together, even if, I mean, how long have they been together? Long, the kid's 17, right? So they've been together the whole time, yeah?
Sounds like it.
I mean, she's definitely an asshole for having that talk with her kid, but I mean, she's not an asshole for, the circumstances of her marriage. Let me put it that way. So,
Okay. Here's one I found on Twitter.
real fast before you say that, Dr. No, this is Comanche. They live in Texas. I don't know about the Cheyenne. They're up in your territory, ain't they? The Cheyenne?
Yeah, Cheyenne's Montana and Dakotas.
Yeah. The Comanche are in Texas and
Wyoming
I think,
area.
I think there's some Comanche in Oklahoma too. But moving on, you the next one you had up was what?
Yeah, I found this one on Twitter. I think Shady Grin.
Good old Shady.
Am I the asshole if I tell people not to donate to my sister's cancer GoFundMe?
Oh, damn. Oh, well, I mean, I guess my first question is, does your sister have cancer? I mean, are you warning them that she's scamming?
That is, yeah, that one, that's where I got the idea. I'm like, I'm going to gather a few of these. Like,
because, I mean, if you're telling people that she's scamming because she's scamming or something like that, okay, good, your sister's a shitbag, good on you for, like, warning people. But if your sister's got cancer, you're a fucking asshole, dude. I don't need to hear anymore.
Let's see. Yeah.
Terry knows the full story, so let's hear this.
When I was a kid, a family we knew had a daughter with leukemia. She had chemo, lost her hair, and got an exception to the school's no hat policy when she could cover her head. Everyone at the school was supportive, and there was a couple of fundraiser things that other parents organized for their benefit. I heard she went into remission, and I really didn't think much about her after I left home to go to college. Fast forward, I'm at college and am living in a different city than my family. Sister had graduated high school, but I guess didn't want to go to college and still lives with my now divorced mom. Last Christmas, I came home for a visit and was surprised to see that my sister had shaved her head. Well, not super surprised because she likes to create drama and has done plenty of things like that before. So I just pretended like I didn't notice anything. Mom, Sis, and I were out for dinner one night, sat in a booth. A little kid in the booth poked her head over and said, "Why don't you have any hair?" Her parents immediately grabbed her, but my sister just said it was okay, and then went on to explain that other people who are being treated for cancer lose their hair because of chemo. The kid's parents apologized and offered to buy our dinner. Then the kid pipes up again, "Why do you still have eyebrows?" Eyebrows, meaning eyebrows. The parents apologized again and got the fuck out of there. But not before they paid for our food. Meanwhile, Mom is pretending she hasn't heard any of this. So I ask my sister if she has cancer, and she starts going on about how she wants to support people with cancer. But when I point blank asked her if she has cancer herself, the answer was no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Not the asshole.
Oof.
Not the asshole.
Oh, it's definitely gonna get worse. Like,
It was not going to get better, Johnny.
that night she shaved her eyebrows.
Oh.
It's okay, so she can shave off her hair if she wants. I don't care. But yesterday I was chatting on Discord with an old friend from my hometown, and he asked me how my sister was doing. I gave him some snarky answer, but my friend came back with, "How can you be so mean when she has cancer?" Apparently, she has been telling people that she has cancer and asking for donations for a GoFundMe. I told him that can't be true. He sent me a link to the GoFundMe. She raised about $500 so far.
Oh, shit.
I called my mom. She confirmed that my sister does not have cancer, but she does talk about it all the time. I guess my mom just ignores it somehow. I don't want people in my hometown to get scammed, so would I be the asshole if I told everyone not to donate?
No, not the asshole. In fact, you're doing the community a service. Drag that bitch. Real quick, Dr. No is saying, Black Twitter is saying if the dreadhead cowboy, as he's being called, were white, he wouldn't be arrested. Well, Dr. No, point me to a case of a black man getting arrested where Black Twitter doesn't say that. And secondly, if he wasn't black, some white dude would have knocked him off that fucking horse and beat his ass in the street.
Actual cowboys would have come down.
Yeah.
There'd be some tarring and
he would not have made it 7 miles on the fucking freeway if he were white. Moving on. Okay, well, chat, let me ask you this question. So far, from what you've heard, who's the bigger asshole between fake cancer sister and wannabe cowboy? I'm curious to know. Type 1 for fake cancer, 2 for fake cowboy. And I'm curious to see. Because right now it's people that, the people that are getting scammed out of their money for me are people who are not smarter than, how old was that kid at the restaurant? What, 6? 4? Eyebrows?
I don't know. They just said kid.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is going to be somewhere in like the range of like 4 to 6 if they're saying like eyebrows. Terry's saying fake cowboy. Becca's saying the sister. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Becca, that dude's also scamming people out of money. He's got to go fund me that I'm sure people are throwing money at left, right, and center. A fool and their money will always be parted quickly. Yeah. Yeah, the cancer girl just stole money, Terry says. The cowboy tortured an animal.
I mean, you can put one on top of the other all you want, but...
check your logic. If you think that the girl faking cancer is a bigger asshole than the cowboy riding his horse to death, pretty much... Irate says the cowboy has a head injury equals diminished capacity. Well, did the horse kick him in the head before he made that ride?
Yeah,
I'm thinking the horse may have been onto something if that's the case.
It doesn't say anything about a head injury in here. So
yeah, I mean, if that's the case, wouldn't his lawyers be making that case? Sister, okay, yeah.
Let's see.
I mean. Yeah, that's Irate's wanting a link.
Oh, you mean in the story or the?
Are you wanting a link to the stream, or you want just a link to these Am I the Asshole? Mr. Dax says fake cancer is malicious. The cowboy was just dumb. I would say that whichever way you're going on this, I wouldn't put one too far ahead of the other. They're both complete and utter shitbags, in my opinion.
There you go, Irate.
Oh, he's coming hopping. Cool. Oh. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm having just a more visceral reaction to the cowboy because I've seen people fake cancer before. Maybe I'm just more jaded to it. I mean, it's still fucking just disgusting, but I've actually seen it more, so it's not getting my hackles up nearly as much.
They're both assholes, and they need to be dealt with as such.
I say beat them both in the street at this point. Ugh. Man, I hope Irate's got something good to talk about, dude. So far, I am. Oh, if I had a bottle of booze here in front of me right now, I'd be chugging it. It's probably a good thing that I only smoked a joint before the stream. Oh man, tell me there's something good on Twitter. Tell me there's something funny. Oh, apparently Uncle Hotep has found Riley Dennis.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
What's up, fam?
Hey man, how's it going?
I'm just hanging out, getting the cream stream together for tonight. I think I got it ready to roll. Everything's loaded, and I got all my copyrighted shit covered. So, all right. So, all right. The story on the dude with the horse. This is the way that I heard it, and I may be remembering it wrong. I don't know. All right, is that his uncle owned like a group of horses, and he was taking care of them as like he was 17 or 18, right? And one of the horses kicked him in the head and fucked him up, like majorly, right? And so the uncle gave him the horse. And
so this was revenge?
Well, I don't. No. He was stupid.
I'm trying to make a joke out of this because
well, it was ignorance, man. I think that he didn't realize that if he ran that horse on pavement, A, and without shoes, B, or some kind of, that's going to, shatter those shins on that thing. I mean, that's just, that's the way it's built. And I don't think he knew that was going to happen. And then, I think he had been exploited, like, oh, look at this dumbass retard cowboy dude over here, and all the people in the neighborhood make fun of him behind his back, and then the mayor, like, seizes him as an opportunity to get the people to fill out the fucking census forms. So, she's going to send him, all deep into the, into the hood where, you might come out alive. And he was supposed to, have this, it was the way she presented it, it was a total, it was just, I got, man, I've got empathy for people anyway. I got empathy for the dude and the horse too. He didn't need to be having a horse, to be honest.
Okay, well, with that in mind, dude, that changes the story a bit. It does. I hadn't seen that reported up until this point.
Well, yeah, and one of the things that I showed on a cream stream like about 2 months ago was that story. And if I can dig it up, I'll find it. I don't know, man.
That's okay. Yeah, that changes the math on that one. So I guess I'm shifting my vote to
cancer cunt.
Cancer, yeah, cancer cunt.
So, all right, I'm gonna split, guys. I just wanted to because that's such a weird story.
Oh yeah.
And I really think he was exploited. I really do.
Yeah, like I said, that definitely changes the math on it. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, man.
Thanks, guys. I didn't mean to fart in your in your shoebox here.
No,
it's
a story. It's something that they should have put in that story.
Considering I just damn near blew a heart valve over it, I do appreciate the information.
He's gonna die, man. I need to get in there. But all right, guys. Take it easy.
I don't know if you had it, but there's something I shared earlier. I can tag you in it if you want to include that. Are you guys doing the holy shit stuff tonight? Like video clips?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll tag you in something, and then you can see about possibly using that.
Shoot the G's to me, Bruce. I can always use some different. Hey, Dr. No, let's see who else in that thing. Yeah, I've been in jail, so it's good to be out of jail now.
Back to streaming.
Yes, back to what I love best.
Well, I told Johnny, I was like, I'm probably gonna be taking a Twitter vacation, in the near future because in this week I've called one blue check dumb and another retarded. So
right.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
I fired those off before I even thought about. It's like, oh, you know, and
It's not going to get any better until January 22nd. So
Yeah.
fucking buckle up, people.
And even then, it's not guaranteed.
that is another thing, isn't it? I didn't even think about talking about that today, but isn't like Barr looking into like Section 230 and shit like that? Aren't they looking into like possibly rewriting that?
I don't know. I don't know, but they were talking about like taking the speakership away from Nancy yesterday after she started talking about arrows in her quiver and shit, and hinting that she was going to impeach Trump just for doing his fucking
the
job.
Democrats are actually talking about taking that gavel away from her finally?
No, it was Republicans.
Oh.
Republican. Yeah, it's part of my news thing. I'll be running tonight.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely save that for later, man. I'll be checking it out. I'll be in chat.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks for coming by and lowering my blood pressure a bit, man. I'm not mad anymore. Now I'm just kind of depressed. It's like shit.
Yeah, it is kind of fucked up. I know. I was going to say, oh yeah, Dawg Knight just hit 1,000 subs.
Yeah. Johnny dropped a link for his stream. I think it's still going, isn't it? Or did he finally wrap up? But we were over in the chat there for a little bit, hanging out before we started this.
It's nice to see some of the fam get some love.
Most definitely, he has been grinding every week for that.
No
too.
doubt, dude. No doubt.
I mean, minimum 5 streams a week consistently. You know,
Fuck yes.
So if anybody deserves it, it's definitely him. Yeah. I'm glad to see guys like him and like Scribe getting like that Kurt Metzger shine.
Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah. Yes, well deserved and long overdue.
Definitely,
indeed. All right, fam, I'm out.
All right,
sorry,
and I got you.
I checked your shit here.
I got you tagged in the thing, so on Twitter.
Much love, Johnny.
All right, man.
Later, IP.
All right, so that's definitely a good way to go.
Yeah, that definitely.
Not to put that, not to phrase it exactly like that, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Now, like, see, that's why, like I was willing to give Joe the benefit of the doubt with that clip. Like, I was afraid something like that might happen right there.
Yeah.
You know, I flew off the handle without having all the information. I do feel bad, but at the same time, like, whew. Well, if this is not the year for not being surprised by shit, I don't know what is. You know?
Let's see. You going with another Am I the Asshole?
Yes, please. Please.
Okay. So I have a few listed. So we'll do like the Vanna White thing that Scribe does.
Potpourri?
Yeah, we can go biological father. The cafe. Toddlers. And I just lost the thing because I don't know how to click.
See, this is why I should have picked up Face Rig. If you could have seen my expression as soon as you brought up biological fathers, I think you would have known my selection.
Father-in-law or my boyfriend's stepdad.
Ooh, that's okay. Father-in-law. That sounds like some usual just like political BS or something like that. I'd say it's a toss-up for me between what's the first one? Biological dads or whatever, biological parent, and the last one.
So let's see.
Oh, Mr. Dax. I don't have SoundPad open. I need to get back in the habit of opening the SoundPad up. That's worthy of a rim shot.
So which one were you going for between biological father and father-in-law?
Let's go with the biological father one first.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not telling my child's biological father that his rights had been terminated years ago?
Yes. Are you telling me this man was unaware?
I have no idea. Let's see. I had a child with an ex-boyfriend. He left me
declared he had changed his mind about being a parent, and ghosted. After a few months, the lack of any formal custody agreement was starting to cause legal problems. Legal problems with my child's care. So I had to chase him down and get him to sign some kind of custody agreement. I had an agreement drafted by a lawyer that had primary custody given to me, but with visitation rights for him. I also had my lawyer provide me with documents that would terminate his parental rights so I could offer that as well. I finally tracked him down. He screamed at me for a while he grabbed the first paper from me and signed it without reading it, asking me if I would finally leave him alone now.
Okay, change my vote. Never mind.
I hadn't contacted him at all before this. Yeah, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah, he's the asshole. You're good. You're in the clear in my book.
Imagine my surprise when I realized he actually signed to give up parental rights. On the advice of my lawyer, I had filed it with the court immediately. There was a hearing, which he received summons but refused to appear, and his rights were terminated. I never sought child support and moved on with my life, but kept all necessary documents related in a folder so that my child could have the information when they're old enough to ask. I like this person.
Yes, this sounds like a reasonable lady. And no, everything so far is pointing to not the asshole. Now, you probably should have phrased that fucking question differently when you're asking if you're the asshole or not.
Well, I think it's kind of to goad people into reading.
Yeah,
it,
I know.
Let's see. Years passed. I've never been opposed to having him be a part of my child's life if he contacted me, but the safety and security of my child, both legally and emotionally, is my top priority, and I'm glad I can provide that. He apparently got married, and his wife contacted me with a scathing letter about how they would file for custody. I was a monster for keeping him away from his child, blah, blah, blah. I simply replied with, man voluntarily signed away his parental rights to child in 2013. Please see the attached court document and copy of the document that is signed by dude. You can also look up case number or on state records website accessible to the public, or contact courthouse directly for more information. Good day. I said good day.
Yeah. You lose, sir.
They are screaming to all that would hear that this was illegal, that they're going to get it overturned, that I coerced him into signing by holding papers. ? And they'll get full custody on the spot because I'm so evil. His mother, who I speak to, is on my side because it's been so long with nothing, but thinks I should have given him a chance to realize what he was signing before filing it. Am I the asshole?
If everything in that statement is true on its face, no. But there again, I'd be interested to hear the dude's side of the story. How's he framing it? Because, with these kind of things, what is it? There's always like three sides to the story. There's your side, their side, and the truth.
Yeah.
And, which one is closer to the middle?
Now,
Exactly, Mr. Dax. If you sign papers without reading them, that's on you.
Yeah.
I mean, like I cannot bitch about if I get kicked off of like YouTube or Twitter for like a TOS violation because I didn't read the fucking TOS. Okay? I admit it. I didn't. I don't read any of those terms of service that I sign up for on anything. I would be the middle of the human Sentai pad if this were South Park. I'm fully aware of that. But
forgive me, Kyle.
But if we're talking about my kid, I'm reading every fucking word of that document, whether I want to keep it or not.
Yeah.
And this guy's a fucking idiot for not doing so. If that is true on its face.
The only thing I would think would be shady, according to this part of the story, is when she drafted the termination and the parental plan.
Uh-huh.
I think she kind of and we'll put the parental plan on top. Or
we'll put the termination agreement on top.
Termination on top, and we'll talk about the parenting
there
plan.
Again.
But
there
still,
again.
he didn't read it.
maybe he saw that that's what it was on top, and he said, "Fuck it, I'll sign it. Get out of here." I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's if this is all true on its face, because she's making a pretty good prima facie case for him being the asshole, not her.
Yeah.
If it's all true, I'm voting not the asshole. There's always that caveat though with these anonymous Reddit and Twitter posts. If it's true. What was that last one you had? Something about was it step cousin, step sibling? The one after father-in-laws. It's like the last one you listed.
I'm making the banner.
Yeah, not the asshole. That one was fairly unanimous too. That and the cancer lady.
Yeah. Let's see. And what was the other one we were going with? Father-in-law?
The one after the father-in-law. The last one you listed something. I think it was like step sibling or step cousin.
My boyfriend's stepdad.
Stepdad. Okay, sorry, boyfriend, stepdad. This sounds like a Pornhub video waiting to happen. let's dive into this one.
All right. Am I the asshole for videotaping what my boyfriend's stepdad said about his daughter?
Oh, there went the sexy. Probably, yeah.
My boyfriend and I had to move in with his mom. Hopefully this won't be a super long term. I woke up last night to his mom screaming and freaking out, which isn't super unusual because she's very childish and gives zero fucks who is sleeping. I went downstairs and she was screaming at her husband. And she told me that her stepdaughter was rude to her and embarrassed her at a family dinner. She has 2 stepchildren who she absolutely hates and does everything in her power to fuck up her husband's relationship with them. Weird.
Okay, so this is the boyfriend's mom?
Yeah, no, the boyfriend's mom
is bitching about the stepdad's biological kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
So I'm going to start the second paragraph again. She has 2 stepchildren who she absolutely hates and does everything in her power to fuck up her husband's relationship with them. So I'm assuming that this is the stepdad and his kids.
The stepdad and his kids are talking about the stepmom, or about the mom.
The mom hates the stepkids.
Of
the stepdad. So the stepbrothers or siblings or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
where's this recording come into play? I'm confused here.
Let's see. But her husband is kind of an asshole, and I guess she has a golden vagina because
match made in heaven's what it sounds like.
He always gives in. I went to the kitchen because I wasn't going to fall back asleep and I wanted cereal, and she was ranting about her stepdaughter. She was calling her horrible names and saying she's going to die broke because she's getting all the money. Her husband tried to defend her and say it was just the age, but she started screaming at him, so he chimed in that he's cutting his kids out of his will. His daughter is a feminist bitch and man repellent, and she is just jealous because she is going to be... she's never going to be as hot as his wife. Vomit. And then he told an embarrassing story about his daughter getting cheated on by her first boyfriend.
Wow!
Woof. I know her stepdaughter...
I don't know who the asshole is in this scenario, but run, bitch, run! Get away from that family. They're throwing up more red flags on a Chinese Communist parade. Run!
Oh my god.
I'm sure your boyfriend's a nice guy, but he's not worth it.
I mean,
unless you can smuggle him out like a fucking North Korean defector too. Get the hell out of there.
I mean, I know her stepdaughter, and she's a really sweet girl who has a lot of issues with how her dad treated her mom.
Oh, this ain't gonna help. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Wanting to preserve a relationship with her dad, and of course, having a stepmom from hell.
I recorded a bit of the conversation because I think she needs to hear how
No.
little her dad cares. I know it hurts, but I really would want to know if I was in her shoes. He woke me up furious this morning and called me a dumb bitch and said I had no right to interfere.
Oh, so he even knows about.
She must have showed the video.
Oh, this is all manners of stupid. What are you doing?
He said he didn't mean it, and everyone knows that you just tell my boyfriend's mom what she wants to hear when she's throwing a fit. His daughter is thankful, and she needed to hear that. And surprisingly, my boyfriend's mom is happy with me, but she thinks it's all a big joke anyway.
Okay, he's definitely a pussy.
Someone is snoring.
Yeah, that's the bulldog. Sorry about that. She's right under my feet. I can't help it. I apologize. But holy hell, man. Get out while you still can. That's my only advice. I don't know if you're the asshole for recording that, but you'll definitely be the asshole if you play that for that girl. I mean, if that's what he truly feels, she's got to find that out on her own. You telling her is not going to help. And if he's lying just to placate his wife, it's definitely not going to help. Either way, he's a shitty human being, and she probably already knows that if she's old enough. So, yeah, don't be pouring any gas on that fire.
Let's see. Where's the one that I was thinking about earlier?
Holy hell, man. That's some Springer shit's what it sounds like to me. Don't you miss the days when all of white trash Twitter and stuff was only ever on like Springer and Maury and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like you just knew like to tune in at this hour if you wanted to see the worst of humanity. And now it's thanks to the internet, it's everywhere. Hey Talik, how's it going?
Hey Talik. Let's see.
Now that I'm calmed down a bit more, I do apologize to the chat for screaming earlier. I didn't even think about it. Between the cowboy and now this, I am sorry if any of you are wearing headphones. I sincerely apologize.
Let's see.
I'm not paying for like any damages, but I do apologize.
To damage he allegedly may or may not have caused.
Like I've still got student loans I haven't paid. You're just gonna queue up if you want any money out of me. What was the father-in-law one? Since we're on the theme of shitty families, let's just keep it going.
Am I the asshole for calling my father-in-law a controlling asshole?
Well, that depends on if he's a controlling asshole or not. State your case, lady. Oh, I'm assuming. Sorry, person.
Let's see. So here's the background. My wife and I have been together for some time. Oh, it's a guy.
We don't know that. This is 2020, man.
And I've gotten along with her parents. They are religious, and I'm not. And while I've... Oh, god damn it. How was that? Hit a button and the full screen jumps. They are religious, and I am not. And while I've never said anything to them about it, my wife had told them that seems to have triggered their disliking of me. My wife's parents are very strict, and her dad is controlling, going as far as to remind her constantly that she must wear certain clothes, never swear, cook and clean, and how to spend her money, etc., etc. So one day at a family barbecue, my father-in-law and my sister are having a conversation. Funnily enough, I'm praying that my father-in-law doesn't bring up religion with her, as she is very openly against religion, to a degree that I honestly find it to be quite rude.
Oh, wait, the sister-in-law is against religion to a degree that he finds rude? I wonder why.
Oh, father-in-law and sister, yeah. So the sister is clearly an atheist, and one of those
Okay.
And one of those, I'm an atheist.
Now, do these have ages attached to them?
No.
No. I'm wondering how old the sister-in-law is. Is this like are we talking rebellious teenager? Are we talking like college-age feminist? We talking a bitch in her 30s who's just tired of hearing about God left, right, and center from her dad? What?
Let's see.
I'm curious. I always have more questions than anything with some of these things. But yeah, so far I'm not seeing. I'm seeing the logical progression of this conflict.
So my father-in-law starts commenting on how inappropriate my sister looks, which seems to annoy her, but she keeps her cool and defends herself calmly. They keep talking, and she must say something to him, and he finds wrong because he begins loudly and obviously frustratingly tell her how a woman is meant to act and present herself, and that she shouldn't be acting so pathetically. I go over and tell him to stop talking to my sister, but he refuses, saying that his daughter is the perfect example of how a woman should act.
Oh, it's the OP's sister.
Yeah, it's the poster's sister.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. I thought it was. Never mind.
I tell him that she only acts like that because he's a controlling asshole, and he should treat her like an adult. And he and my mother-in-law storm off and leave. My wife was furious with me, and my family think I should apologize to them, but I really don't think I should. Am I the asshole?
Where did this take place at? This is at the in-laws' house?
At a park.
At a park. Out in public like that? Ugh.
Or no, at a family barbecue. They don't say. There's no location.
Oh. This is tough, man. I think he could have told her to lay off without saying that he's a controlling yada yada whatever. Just like, hey, that's my sister. Fuck off, and that would have been fine. I'm probably gonna say there's enough blame to go around both sides on that one. I think that's a wash. What do you?
Yeah, they need to. I don't know, therapy. Like,
I say penalties offset, first down. You know, but yeah, man. I'm not a religious person, but I don't begrudge somebody being religious. But at the same time, you should also extend me that same courtesy, and those around you. So, do we want to do one more before we wrap up, or because we got Lords of the Night coming up in about 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think we can save this for next time.
Okay, yeah, keep a few in the quiver.
Yeah.
All right. Are we wanting to see about getting a watch party for the boys tonight?
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone.
Now, does everyone if somebody wants to join in, are they going to have Amazon Prime to watch with us?
They would have to have Amazon Prime.
That is the one caveat, folks.
Yes.
Do we have like the Discord link in the description? We could see about dropping like the watch party link in there.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, that's also tonight. Terry's in chat. You're going to be on the corner with Frosted tonight and Scribe, aren't you? Wait for the lag with Dr. No doesn't have Amazon Prime either. Well, we're gonna have to see about getting a workaround, guys, because I would like to have a watch party for this with all of our friends and stuff. The show has been very enjoyable. If you want to pull your hair out in madness, you can watch the after show with us. Because I think that would qualify as a mini torture, wouldn't you, Johnny?
That is definitely a torture of tortures.
Yeah, so Terry, he's going to be doing the corner with Frosted and
it's
their
not
guest Scribe tonight.
And it's not even comedy.
Yeah, it's like a bonus torture. I wasn't even expecting to find this one when I found it. So guys, if if you have Amazon Prime, come hang out with us after Lords of the Night. We'll watch the new episode of The Boys that just came out. I guess does it drop at midnight or what? Because last night when we were playing, Dell had already seen it, and it was pretty early, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be on Friday, so today. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, we'll have to find some workaround so we can get some more of our friends to be able to see it because it is enjoyable. It's a fun show. Mr. Dax, The Boys is it's a show on Amazon Prime Video. It's based off a comic by Garth Ennis. It's got Carl Urban and Laz Alonso. What is that dude's name? Jack. Shit. IMDb real fast before we go, so we can keep with the tradition. It's a really good show. If you've been burnt out on superheroes with Marvel and DC and all the movies and TV shows and merchandise and all that shit, if it's finally worn you down enough to where you're like, fuck it, I'm done with superheroes, this show pulls you back in because Garth Ennis just rips all the superhero premises to shit. It's very good. It's also not something that you would want a kid to be watching. It's very adult oriented.
It is definitely very adulty.
So, Jack Quaid, that's his name. I've seen Jack Quaid in other stuff. I can't think of what I've seen him in off the top of my head, but he's good in it. So, yeah, if you guys want to hang out with us and do that, cool. If you are unable to, check out The Corner with Frosted Glass and our very own disembodied foot, Terra Diamantis. So tonight they're going to have Scribe Light on. But other than that, it is 3 minutes till the top of the hour, and we're going to go watch Lords of the Night.
Well, before we do, I'm going to see if he's already got that up and going so that I can post a link into that.
Oh, for The Corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, I think he should probably have it posted in his Discord. If you guys aren't over there, it's the Glass Hole.
Oh, good lord. Where the hell? Oh, there it is.
Mm.
And
hey, Terry, can you just drop a link for Frost's channel?
there we go. There's for the stream.
Ah, okay, so he does have it up already.
All right.
So yeah, go check that out. I'm gonna see if I can defend my crown for the caption contest this week. I won last week, so I made you proud, Johnny. I pulled an Indian joke.
Nice.
Yep. But yeah, guys, go check that out. Lords of the Night, and we'll see y'all later.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.